Hi designers, today I'm going to be sharing with you the easiest way to draft this overlap jacket. It is very simple, detailed and beginner friendly. So if this looks like what you're interested in, please keep on watching. The first thing to do is to draw a top line which is going to be serving as the shoulder line. Next, I'll go ahead to mark the overlap allowance, and in doing that, I'll be going in from the center by 5 inch. I'll mark the 5 inch all the way down to the hem, after which I'll connect the point together with a straight line. Next, I'll go ahead to insert my vertical measurement, which is my shoulder to bust point, that is 10 inch, shoulder to waist, which is 16 inch, and shoulder to the blouse length, which is 24 inch. After marking this, I'll go ahead to draw straight horizontal lines at the point I just marked, like you see me doing in the video. So make sure that the blouse is not too long, because if it is too long, you will not see the fitting of the blouse. After drawing the horizontal lines, I'll go ahead to insert my shoulder measurement divided by 2 on the top line, which is 7.5. After marking that, I'll come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope, after which I'll go ahead to insert my armhole depth line, which is 8 inch. Next, I'll go ahead to draw the armhole line with my ruler like this. Next, I'll mark my body circumference measurement. All measurement will be starting from this button allowance here. So on the chest line, I'll insert my bust measurement divided by 4 plus 1.5 inch sewing allowance. Then I'll move over to the waistline and insert my waist measurement divided by 4, which is 7.5 inch. Then I'll add 1 inch extra for the dart and 1.5 inch for the sewing allowance. After doing this, I'll move over to the blouse length, and on the blouse length, I'll insert my hip measurement divided by 4, which is 10 inch. I'll mark that, then I'll mark 1 inch extra for that, because the dart is going to get to the hem of the blouse, and 1.5 inch extra for the sewing allowance. So I am not stopping the dart 2 inch before my hip line, because if you should do that, there's going to be a gaping at that point, because if you look at the blouse we're trying to illustrate, the front is looking very flat. So after marking this, the next thing I'll go ahead to do is to connect the sides together with my ruler, like you see me doing in the video. Next, I'll go ahead to take out my dart. So the first thing I'll be doing before taking out the dart is to mark half of my bust bar measurement on the chest line, on the waistline, and also on the blouse length line, after which I'll connect the point together with a straight line. On the waistline, I'll go ahead to mark a dart of 0.5 inch on both sides of my nipple to nipple line, after which I'll mark the same thing on the blouse length line. So I'm marking the darts on the hem of the blouse so as to have a flat effect on this part. I don't want this part to have any gap, because if you should stop 2 inch above the waistline, you'll be having a little gaping on this side, and I don't want that. That is why I am taking the darts all the way down. Next, I'll be coming down from my bust point by 1 inch and mark. After doing that, I'll go ahead to connect the dart leg with my ruler, like you see me doing in the video. After taking out the dart, the next thing I'll do is to draw the neckline. So for the neck width, I'll go ahead to mark a neck width of 3 inch and a neck depth of 8 inch. After doing that, I'll connect the neck width to the neck depth using the straight line like this, after which I'll go ahead to draw the shoulder slope also. Next, I'll go ahead to draw the overlap on the blouse, and to do that, the first thing I'll be doing is to extend the waistline all the way to this overlap allowance like this. Next, I'll be coming down by 1 inch from the waistline. So if you look at the blouse we're trying to illustrate, that angle effect came down from the hip a little, so you can do 1 inch or 2 inch below the waistline. After doing that, the next thing I'll do is to connect the neck width to that 1 inch I came down by on the waistline using the straight line like this. Then I'll move over to the hem. So from this overlap allowance, I'll be going in by 2 inch like this and mark. After marking that, I'll connect it back to this allowance I have here using the straight line to achieve this triangular effect. After doing that, I'll move over to the side and go up by 2 inch. Then I'll go ahead to connect it to this point with my ruler like this. So you can connect with a curve and you can connect with a straight line. Sorry, my camera did not capture that point, but all you need to do is to go up by 2 inch from the hem, then you go ahead to connect it like you see me doing in the video. So after connecting, this is what the blouse is going to look like. The next thing I'll go ahead to quickly do now is to draw the armhole, and we are done with the front block of the blouse. So this is what your blouse is going to look like. So you can decide to sew in the dart, and you can also decide to cut it out. So if you are cutting out your dart, you need to draw an armhole style line, just go ahead to connect the center of the armhole to your bust point with your ruler like this. That is, if you don't want to sew in your dart, you want to cut the front separately, you can use this method and you can decide to just close up the dart with your normal stitch, or you can go ahead to separate it. So basically this is it for the front block of the blouse. The next thing I'll go ahead to quickly do now is to cut it out. After cutting, this is what the front block of the blouse is going to look like. So after sewing, you're going to be having something like this after sewing your blouse. The next thing I'll go ahead to quickly do now is to draft the back block of the blouse. So the back is just a simple basic back with a waist that. The first thing I'll be doing for the back is to mark my shoulder measurement divided by 2. Then I'll come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope, after which I'll insert my armhole depth line. Then I'll go ahead to draw the armhole line with my ruler like you see me doing in the video. So when drafting the back is not going to be having any zip allowance or button allowance. After doing this, next I'll go ahead to insert my vertical measurement, which is my shoulder to waist and shoulder to the blouse length. The shoulder to waist for the front and back is going to be the same thing because there is no bust dart on the front. So we'll go ahead to mark the same thing for the shoulder to waist for the front and that of the back. After marking the shoulder to waist and full length, I'll draw a straight horizontal line for the waistline and I'll go ahead to extend my chest line with my ruler like this. Next, I'll go ahead to take out my body circumference measurement. So on the chest line, I'll mark my bust measurement divided by 4 plus 1.5-inch sewing allowance. On the waistline, I'll mark my waist measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch for that and 1.5-inch sewing allowance. And on the blouse length line, I'll insert my hip measurement divided by 4 plus 1 inch for that and 1.5 inch for sewing allowance. Then I'll go ahead to connect the sides together with my ruler like this, after which I'll draw the armhole for the back. Next, I'll go ahead to draw the neckline. So I'll go ahead to mark a neck width of 3 inches like I did for the front, but the neck depth for the back is going to be 1 inch. After marking that, I'll draw the neckline with my ruler like this, after which I'll go ahead to draw the shoulder slope also. Next, I'll go ahead to take out the dart. So I'll mark my bust pan measurement divided by 2 on the chest line and also on the blouse length line, after which I'll connect the points together. After doing that, I'll go ahead to take out a dart of 0.5 inch on both sides of the nipple to nipple line on the waistline and also on the full blouse length line, after which I'll draw the darts with my ruler like you see me doing in the video. After drawing the darts, the next thing I'll go ahead to do is to go up by 2 inch on the side like this and mark like I did for the front, after which I'll connect it to the hem with my ruler like you see me doing in the video. So this is what the back is going to look like. You can decide to leave the back like this, and you can also go ahead to work on the center back to make it lay flat. And to do that, on the waistline you go in by 0.5 inch like this and mark. After marking that, you go ahead to connect it to the chest line using a straight line, and you also go ahead to connect it downward with a ruler like this to eliminate any form of bulging at the back of the blouse. After doing this, the next thing to do is to replace the 0.5 inch you went inbound the waistline on the side to avoid shortage. Then you go ahead to redraw the side with your ruler like this. This is what the back block is going to look like after drafting. The next thing I'll go ahead to quickly do now is to cut it out. So after cutting, this is what the back block is going to look like, and here we have the front block of the blouse. So before you go ahead to transfer to your main fabric, make sure you check the sides to see if the sides are aligning. If they're not aligning, go ahead to trim off any excesses you have. So guys, this is the end of today's tutorial. If you find this video helpful, please don't forget to like, share and drop a comment. Thank you for watching. I will see you in my other tutorials.